this man was a bona fide scrub. He can't play. No disrespect whatsoever, but I'm sorry.
Bronny James, back stinking it up once again. He is now 0 of 16 from 3 and will be continuing to add to it. I want to start off by saying, Dalton Connect, we need to get that brother some help.
I definitely agree with that, man. I really feel bad for Dalton Connect. He really has no help out there. One thing about this game, ladies and gentlemen, we won't have a lot of highlights throughout the course of this video because Bronny James, he did a stinker. As we're recording this video, I think it's just around the third quarter. It hasn't even hit the fourth quarter, but Bronny James's performance was so putrid and disgusting and disturbing. We had to turn that bullshit off.
Hell yeah, absolutely. And then Jamal Crawford was the one that said Bronny's in a shooting slump.
Okay, so one thing that we need to kind of get figured out and we need to talk about, Bronny James is not in a shooting slump. This is who he is. He can't do anything from a professional standpoint. He's not a pro basketball player. Like I said in the previous video, he's not a college basketball player. He really is on the play level of a high school basketball player. And then my biggest frustration with Bronny James at this juncture of his career is the fact that if you're not scoring, that's fine. But his lack of effort, he really is not giving any effort offensively and defensively. Like we talked about Dalton Connect getting some help. Bronny James, you can't score. Can you at least set some screen action for my guy or get in that dunker spot and cut to the basket? Bronny James, literally what he does is when he gets the ball, he tries to make a little half-ass move to get by somebody. It doesn't work, and he passes it back to the guy that's at the top of the key. And when he does that, he just stands on the wing or goes to the corner, and there's little to no movement. Like Bronny James he's not doing anything offensively, and defensively, he's a traffic cone. I mean, I think we can just go ahead and say that. The amount of blow-bys defensively is truly alarming. Bronny James at this juncture of his career is not good at anything. His bummish antics are really starting to offend me, and they're offending the integrity of the game of basketball. If we're really just gonna be honest.
Yeah, bruh's just a walking cone. Dog yeah, we can't agree with LeBron James that Bronny doesn't give a fuck. I mean, we can tell on offense and defense he don't care because he don't care to play good. So yeah, we can agree with you on that, bro.
I definitely agree with that. I think Bronny James, hey man, you know what they say about parents. Parents, they know their children, because Bronny James is right. I can tell that Bronny is not training. He is not watching any film. I know there's not a lot of film to watch, but his basketball IQ is not high at all. With the amount of lapses defensively and offensively, he just is not engaged throughout the juncture of this game. Like, my thing is, Bronny James, is there somewhere else that you want to be? Is there another way that you want to utilize your time currently? Because he just doesn't seem like he wants to be out there.
He want to be streaming. You saw he won that Call of Duty the World tournament or whatever.
I just don't think that basketball is really his thing. I don't think basketball
he can pursue a career in streaming. I mean,
I'm good with that.
He's with FaZe, so he can make good bread with that.
I'm good with that. I just think that the NBA, they're doing their damnedest. The NBA, LeBron James, the media, they are trying to cover up the fact that this guy is not a professional basketball player. Because my thing is, the Los Angeles Lakers, they drafted two people. Mm-hmm. They drafted Dalton Connect and they drafted Bronny James. So that means that Bronny James theoretically is the second option on this team. Mm-hmm. But he has no assertiveness. He has no aggressiveness. And like you said, he's a role player and on the summer league team. So when people are saying that there's going to be a role for Bronny James in the pros, I'm trying to figure out what is that role going to be, because how does a guy that's a role player in the summer league, what is his role going to be on a professional basketball team? I don't see any role for him. I think that Bronny James is going to be cheerleading on the bench throughout the duration of the Los Angeles Lakers season. He's going to be rooting for his dad, LeBron James. And honestly, no disrespect, I think that Bronny James should be put on punishment. I think he should be shooting 500 to 1,000 shots a day. And that streaming shit needs to be cut off if he's going to continue to be a NBA player. I just don't see a lot of light at the end of the tunnel. And I know it may come across as harsh, but the only reason why I'm being this harsh is because of his lack of effort. He just is not showing any type of effort, any type of willingness to be a professional player. it just looks like he just looks entitled out there. And I know that that's what people were trying to defend. They were trying to say that Bronny is a good guy and all of that. And he may be a good guy, but it just doesn't look like he really wants to put his all out there on the court. Like, brother, you're a second round draft pick. Like, do you not understand that other second round draft picks, they have a little bit of, they're trying to get a contract. See, that's the problem.
Chip on his shoulder.
Bronny has no chip on his shoulder because what? His money is guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
So he is already guaranteed a spot on that roster. So he doesn't, he's out there like he really has nothing to prove.
Mm-hmm.
So like my thing is, what are the expectations for Bronny James? Because people are saying that, oh, you know, he's going to develop, he's going to get better. But Summer League, which is a perfect opportunity for you to develop, you're not showing me anything at all. No willingness to want to get better at your craft. I'm seeing no improvement game by game. I think game 2 is probably his best game because he kind of had, you know, I think he had like what, you know, some like
2 layups and some free throws.
Yeah, he had some blocks and some steals.
Mm-hmm.
But he's reverted since that game. He's gotten worse.
Yeah, I honestly did think after that game he was gonna start to shine a little bit, but I mean, he just started fading fast. I want to go ahead and start off by saying it's time. Well, at first, Bronny James' player comp was what? Miles McBride. He's now doing Miles McBride a disservice. So I want to go ahead and move Bronny James to another tier. I want to go ahead and move him into that Adam Morrison, that Kyle Singler, Blake Griffin's brother, whatever his name was, Michael Kidd Gilchrist, Klay Thompson's brother, whatever his name was, Kwame Brown. And honestly, he's making Anthony Bennett look like Michael Jordan.
I think that if you put Bronny James and Adam Morrison in a room, give me Adam Morrison.
I agree.
I'm sorry. Because at least Adam Morrison had great production in college. Bronny James has done nothing. And that's like really my biggest thing. The fact that they are willing to defend a guy that is this trash. He's really done nothing.
Dumpster fire.
But he gets all of this love and all of this attention because of who his dad is. Like, you cannot watch a Bronny James game or a Bronny James highlight reel and be like, oh, this guy's actually competent. He's actually a good player. He actually has potential. I see no potential. None whatsoever. And I think that right there is like, if people say a big thing that they were trying to defend this draft pick was to say that, like, when you're drafting a guy from the second round, you're drafting based off of like potential, whatever like that.
Mm-hmm.
I see no potential for Bronny James.
Yeah,
he does nothing well, like absolutely nothing. He's an undersized guard. He's not a point guard because he can't dribble. He doesn't have offensive IQ. He can't make other guys better. And he's an undersized guard. And he's honestly not as athletic as people are trying to put him out to be. I can tell because his lateral foot speed is atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
His defensive IQ is atrocious. So he is not doing anything offensively. Defensively, he's not skilled, and he's giving me no effort.
He's just lackluster, like
very lackluster.
At everything. He's just lackluster, and it's like, what are people seeing that they're holding on to with this kid? There's nothing there.
I don't see anything. I think that people are just bullshitting. They're just bullshitting because there's literally nothing there. If you actually sit down and analyze the game and watch the game, I think another thing, people are not watching the games. Because what we're doing is we see all of this hype for Bronny James, and I never thought that he was good. So I have to actually sit down and watch the game and evaluate what you can do with lower competition. Because for people to say that Summer League doesn't matter, I mean, if he put up 30 points, y'all would say that it mattered.
Mm-hmm.
So when he puts up 0 goose egg, well, I think he has 2 points now. You put up 2 points, then we have to evaluate your performance. And we have to say, okay, what you did here, how does that translate to the NBA level? Because that's what we do for everybody else, literally. So I just, like I said, I don't see light at the end of the tunnel. If somebody told me, if I was a betting man, I would bet that Bronny James retires before LeBron James.
Yeah, because I mean, if this was Wemby or Chet or any of these recent draft picks that were hyped up in their draft class and they showed like this in the Summer League, everybody would be calling them a bust by now.
Absolutely. And I get that Bronny is a second round draft pick, but the biggest thing is that he should not have been drafted at all. So if you're going to get this opportunity, you have to show us something. Or we can do what we should have been doing, is saying that the only reason why you're here is because of your dad, and left it at bay. Don't try to make it seem like he has potential because he does not.
Hey, before I end off saying something, I want to make sure to say, shift man Rob Dillingham scored 8 points in 2 minutes, more points than Bronny James has this entire summer league. Thank you.
I don't have much input to say on this situation. I think Bronny James, he's who we thought he was.
Agreed.
He's not an NBA player,
Agreed.
not a pro. I saw something that Legion Hoops posted, and I don't know if he was trying to banger Hunt with this tweet, but he posted like a clip of Jaylen Brown talking with, what's the girl name, Kyrie?
Kyrie's?
Yeah, Kyrie's. I mean, I don't know if it was bad lip syncing, but he was. It seemed like he was saying that Bronny's not a pro. He's not ready yet. That's what it seemed like. Now,
thank you for telling the truth, Jay.
I don't know about that, but on the further notes, LeBron. I mean, I'm gonna stop calling him Bronny. LeBron James Jr.
Well, LeBron James' son.
Man, what a shit show. I don't have any words to explain this performance. This performance was pedestrian. It was terrible. He just made a off the dribble mid range shot as we speak. During recording this video, so he has 2 points, one of 5 from the field, and then the next play I seen him like he stepped out of bounds again, which he did earlier in the first quarter of this game.
Yeah, about 2 threes today too.
Yeah, so it was an all out bad performance. This would definitely be on Break News Twitter and Break Center on Twitter. But yeah, the defense wasn't good. I mean, they're gonna. The sports media, they're gonna overhype that one play that he had on the fast break where he kind of blocked
that deflection.
Yeah, they're gonna overhype that. Like I seen that already on like Instagram. So that's gonna be the key play. But Bronny James is just not an NBA player, and I think that's okay. I always thought he was a good Twitch streamer / video game player.
I agree with
that.
that.
I think he should pivot that towards down the line of his career, because I don't think he'll play longer than his father.
No,
I think
absolutely.
I think his father will play
He
longer
probably
than
won't even
him.
play a quarter of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think his father will play longer than him. So if your father gonna play longer than you, you still got that. I mean, you still got the Twitch thing in your bag. Like like he's a really good gamer. Like he literally won. Like he literally beat.
Grant Williams.
Yeah, Grant Williams in the little gaming tournament. So he was always a good gamer. I seen him play Call of Duty. He's funny. His reactions are funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like I seen people with the crazy with the crazy Twitch donos that have sent him like some crazy stuff, and his reactions, they're hilarious.
So the GTRP stuff.
Yeah, they're funny. So if I'm LeBron James, I'm pivoting that. I mean, if I'm Bronny, I'll pivot that towards like my career down the line, because basketball clearly isn't his thing. He's not a pro, and he didn't have the skill set. Not only does he not the skill set, he's too raw of a prospect. This dude is about 2 or 3 years before development to even be stepping foot in the summer league game, let alone the NBA game. So he's not ready at all. So those are my thoughts towards this. I'm not surprised. I think they probably, the NBA is going to try to hide him, of course.
Thank you.
Like they gotta hide him because
they have to.
Yeah, they have to at this point. It's definitely mandatory. So,
because if he plays in the G League, he's gonna continue to get exposed.
Yeah, but like even him playing in G League doesn't even make any sense. That didn't even make any sense for him to play in G League. Like they literally gave him a contract.
Yeah, they'd be wasting that. They'd be wasting that $4 million.
Yeah. Like it'll be different if like they like drafted him and they didn't even give him the what is it, the 4 years, $7.8 million. But they literally gave him that deal. So, I'm not too sure where the Lakers head. I mean, where the Lakers' future is down the line. It's not bright. It's very, very dark.
Dark and gloomy.
Yeah, it's dark and gloomy, and Batman needs to come to save their ass, because the Lakers are in the shit show.
Batman.
Shit, Jesus needs to save this team.
Well, I don't know, man. I think LeBron James, he thinks it's daytime. Batman be saving, crime, during nighttime. So, I think it's over. I think it's over for Bronny James, and it's putrid because his career just started. But it's over, man. It's like Bronny James is that type of guy where like you're playing 2K with a new creative player, and
he's a brown shirt.
He's a brown shirt, yes. But you get all these attributes, but you have no badges, so you can't make any shots. Mm-hmm. So you just end up retiring the player. Like like in your first 10 games, you're like, hey, I'm done with this build. I'm picking another build. That's what Bronny James is, in my opinion. So yeah, you had to, as Michael Jordan said to, I think, J.R. Smith, he had a good career, but it wasn't a great one. So that's my thoughts.
It was good while it lasted.
I think to top it all off, initially before this whole summer league stuff, I wasn't really blaming Bronny James for like all of this. Maybe you can call it backlash, which I don't think has been a lot, but I was mainly putting more emphasis on LeBron, Clutch Sports, and the media and the NBA. But now I have to give LeBron James, his son, I have to give him a share of this pie because of his effort. Because if you're going to be out there, I need to see something. I need to see some type of effort because it makes me question. Yeah, he has no dog. Like you said in the last video, no motor. Mm-hmm. So why are you out there? What is your value? Bronny James has no value add. So like, I agree with Caleb. I think that they're going to hide him. He's not going to play really at all in the regular season. He's not going to be in the G League. Those guys are going to tear him apart limb from limb. And he'll probably be there for 2 seasons. And then he'll get up out of there. But at the end of the day, he's going to take home $7 to $8 million, which would be about about 4.5 if you take away the taxes. So he's going to make his money, and he's probably going to continue to stream, and he's going to be a very wealthy person. So I'm not really losing no sleep about the Bronny James era. I think it's come to a conclusion.
Yeah. Hey, man. Bronny James, I hope that bench is nice and comfortable, B.